for Isaiah. Go ahead.
Everyone, I'm sure, is going to ask about the three-point shot. I'm more curious about the floater.
Yeah.
When did that develop? How long have you been shooting that shot? You know, watching tape from last year, at least, it seems like a go-to move, and it's hard to guard.
Yeah, it's definitely a go-to move. I mean, I use it a lot against, especially in the playoffs and beat. I wasn't trying to. That's shots where I can, especially against taller guys, I don't have to force my way through the paint. Kind of can always get to that. But my dad, I mean, just growing up, he wanted me to put me in different positions on the court. If it was handling the ball, if it was doing different things on the court, passing. So it's kind of just from there. He just taught me how to use my touch from a very young age, and then kind of transferred over to where I found a shot that I can always kind of use, especially against taller guys.
I asked Isaiah Joe about the name.
Yeah.
He said you're cool with Hart. Is that
Yeah,
true?
Hart cool. He was the first one here, so he can keep Zay, Joe, whatever. I'll stick with Hart. It's cool.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about your role defensively, but give me your impressions of the team you're stepping onto. Just what you saw out of them defensively, and then where you feel like you can enhance what they have and what you bring to the floor.
I mean, just from afar playing against them, just the versatility. I mean, I feel like Mark has a lot of guys on the court where you can play versatile lineups, play versatile styles of defense, and that was something that's really exciting to me. I mean, just having so many defensive threats. I mean, even I don't really know if there's any defensive liabilities on the court at all. I mean, even if you look at Shea, I think he led the league in steals last year. So it's from top to bottom, it's a really good defensive team. But then also Mark has the luxury to be versatile, also offensively. So it's something I was really excited about. It's a lot of young guys, but very professional. I don't think you see that a lot in the NBAs, especially a group of young guys just being so professional on and off the court was something I was really intrigued by.
Isaiah, do you care about whether you start or come off the bench?
No, I mean, I'm a guy who's been in every position, so I'm just here to help the team win. That's kind of also why I'm here, is because I trust Mark's decision, whatever he does. He's a really versatile coach. I mean, if you watched last year, some games, the guys who wouldn't start the second half. So just kind of being here, doing whatever the team needs to win. If that's coming off the bench, if that's starting. I'm just here to help the team win. That's the main thing.
Chet usually played last year as the only big on the floor. What have you thought of the potential of playing alongside him in double big lineups?
Should be exciting. I mean, we'll see kind of how it works out. I mean, I think we're both versatile bigs. I mean, it's not like that we're just like slow-footed bigs. You don't know. We both play the right way. He's really versatile. I'm very versatile, and then defensively, I think the rim protection is going to be great. But at the end of the day, we have to see how it works. So that's kind of stuff for Mark to figure out.
Joel Lorenzi to Oklahoma. Isaiah, I think back in June, you said something along the lines of seeing the culture here from afar.
Yeah.
Now that you've been here for weeks, months, just how have you felt that anytime here?
It's been great. I mean, I feel like just from top to bottom, how they run the organization, it's been really good. Very process driven. I feel like that's something you need to win. I mean, a lot of teams get too ahead of themselves. They're trying to plan too far in the future, but then forget the steps that you really need to win. And so I think just from strength coaches, from people on the court, from the players, from the GM, it's very process driven. I feel like that's been something good to see.
And maybe I'm wrong. I think you said then that Shea was one of the first people to text you when you got here. Speaking of the culture, just what role have you seen him playing at, and what are your early impressions of him as a leader?
I mean, he hasn't really been just because of the national team. He wasn't really around last couple weeks, but he's always been in communication through text and stuff like that. So I mean, the approach he has to the game is kind of been the cool thing to see. I mean, from afar. The approach he has, and then especially as a leader, if you have an approach like that, most of the players follow. So, yeah.
Go ahead, Barry.
Barry Trim with the Tulsa World. It seems like, I
could be wrong, but it seems like when I see a left-hander in the NBA, he's usually a perimeter player.
Yeah.
I don't remember a ton of left-handed big men.
Yeah.
Does being left-handed help you? Does it give you a split-second edge on guys who aren't accustomed to that?
I don't know, to be honest. Maybe, I guess, but yeah, I don't know how to really answer that, to be honest.
Isaiah, you played with Shea and Lou at the Nike Hoop Summit in 2017. Lou was in here earlier and said that you give him a hard time because
He didn't say a word. I came in, I was like, yo, what's up? He barely gave me a head nod, but he's starting to talk a little bit more. He kind of used the excuse he didn't know English at the time, but I think, I don't know, maybe I looked scary at the time, but I don't know.
So better chemistry between
Yeah,
you guys now.
starting to get a lot better. Definitely talking a lot more.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I got one.
Go ahead, Myron.
Have you had a chance to think about how your life has kind of changed? You've been with a few teams, not a star player, but you're seen as a big reason why the Thunder are predicted to win the West. Meanwhile, your old team, the Knicks, are trying to maybe have already gotten Karl-Anthony Towns, and that's a big deal in New York. All this kind of triggered by the decision you made to come here.
I mean, right now I'm kind of just focusing on the process of it. I mean, I know I had a decision to make in the summer. It was an exciting decision for me to come here. I kind of talked about before how it was hard for me to leave the Knicks, but now I'm very here. So I'm just excited to be here, excited to be the part of the team and do whatever the team needs to win. So whatever they're doing right now, I mean, I know Leon does a great job, and so whatever they do, they're gonna do, but I'm here right now.
Joel?
Isaiah, I think, well, obviously today we talked a lot about process. I think when you talked to us in June, you gave us your first 0-0. Obviously, that's
Yeah.
thrown out a lot here. Just what impression have Sam and Mark left on you early, just in terms of that mindset?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I approach life in general. Is you're gonna start off with a new day, so you're gonna start off 0-0. So that's just kind of good to see that the whole franchise is on that same kind of level. That every day is a new day. You have to prove yourself every day, and it doesn't matter what you did yesterday. You have to kind of start from zero. So yeah.
Dino, go ahead.
Lastly, I might say, we have a Sunday night TV show where we play the percentages at the end, and the question was, what percentage of the time do you expect you to start? My number was 40%. What's the correct answer?
The correct answer is to ask Mark and figure that out, because I can tell you a random number, but I don't know. So just ask Mark. He'll let y'all know.
I don't think you got it. Thanks, Isaiah.
No problem.